Why is Booger up in here? Yo, what's going on with that Bullyman meal at McDonald's? Did you see that?
I seen that.
Yo, what's going on? Yo, it's like ever since you stopped promoting Bully. Y'all just said Bootyman. Yo, that is crazy. Yo, what the fuck?
Bullyman is crazy.
No, so real shit. Ever since you stopped promoting that nigga, bro, it's like he's a meme in our Discord, bro. Like we can't escape that shit, bro. I'm so
We
dead
really
ass, bro.
can't escape
Yo,
that
and
now.
Bullyman music actually ain't bad. I heard a few songs. Somebody forced me to hear them. I ain't gonna lie, they did. I think it was
They
Perky.
forced you again.
Yeah. Yo, I got something to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect you though. But I appreciate you, gang. I'm glad you're good, gang. All right. All right, Brody. Yo, what's going on with you, bro? First time speaking. You know what I'm saying?
What's good, my boy? What's good? What's good? What's good?
Bro, look, bro. I've been seeing your TikToks and shit like that. I already know I told you through the DMs and all that shit, bro. Y'all with your opinion real heavy, bro. And I feel like your voice do matter to the underground and shit like that. Not just underground, bro. Just music in general, bro. Niggas need to be real nowadays, bro. I feel like we missing where niggas keep the shit real with music, and you one of the few guys I've seen.
Bro.
Like,
You PR train?
oh hell nah.
That's how niggas be though, bro. Like, I mean, look, I understand it. Cause like the more you listen to niggas music and you in content yourself, like imagine if somebody was like, yo, like Dutie content fucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and there has to be some sort of like realism to it. And I like to keep it real, but like I gotta say it was ass. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Bro. Like you know what I mean?
Nah,
but,
for real, bro.
But I'm all new in this space though, bro.
You know Nick, right?
Bro.
Bro, everybody be bashing him, bro, but he keep it real though. You gotta keep it real though. He keep it real.
I do. I respect bro, cause he do keep it real. Now listen. I feel like his shit be raised bait. That's what I'm saying. Like I was telling you, you was in my chat the other day. I was like, bro, I feel like if I talk to that nigga straight up, like behind closed doors, he'd be like, okay, I went a little harder. Cause there's no way he believes some of the shit he believes, bro. Like, I refuse. No way.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He said love is rage too his ass. That was crazy. Like, yeah. I just knocked on your shit. Pause. That was crazy. That sounded wild. That was wild. That was wild. You know what I mean, though, bro.
It's my first collab.
It is? That's dope, gang. Yo, when did you get into streaming? What made you get into streaming and shit like that and doing content creation?
Bro, on God, like, see, when I chat, how long I started streaming? Probably like a year ago. I didn't find a niche. Like, I was just trying to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, I was just trying to do anything.
Right.
And like I was telling you, bro, like one day I was just reacting to music. I used to react to a lot of mainstream shit like all the time.
Okay.
And then my chat was like, yo, finally someone was like, yo, react to Thompson. I was like, all right, bet I got you. You know what I mean? I react that shit. And that's when like.
So you just randomly got into underground music.
Bro, I swear to God. This is the thing. I be hearing the artists to listen to, but like I'm lazy, bro. So it's like I'll be like, yo, I'll just get to it. You know what I mean? Like, with music, bro, I'd be like, I mean, like it would just come to me. Like it just never did, because none of my friends listen to Thompson. Like my brother and his friends never listened to him. I was like, yo, this is tough. He was the very first one to get me on underground.
Okay, Osama, all right. That's good. I ain't gonna lie, that really show you our scene is growing and shit like that too. It wasn't like that at first. A nigga just didn't randomly tell you, bro, turn on dutieyapping. Like back then, or like other rappers like that,
no,
like underground.
God, bro, God.
They didn't tell you that, bro. Not randomly like that. So it's much different. So it show you that our scene is growing. Glad you got put on though.
But that's
for
what I'm
sure.
saying. I didn't even know who dutieyapping even was, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
You didn't?
Bro, I still haven't given a reaction. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. So I didn't want to speed run through the underground. This is my thing with music, bro. It's like I gotta listen to it and like paint it. You see what I'm saying? So like I didn't just want to listen to all these artists, bro. I still haven't listened to 1 AM. Apollo Red, Your vs. You, Versus Saint. I haven't listened to them. That's what I'm saying. I didn't want it to come off as like unauthentic. You see what I'm saying? Just going through the whole underground, and this nigga just want to use this for content because it's give me followers. I'll go on TikTok.
That does happen a lot.
I didn't want to do that. So I took it slow. You know what I mean? I went through the basics. Saw my son first. Then I went Shay. Then I went Yo Goat. I heard Yo Goat, Sofego. Now I know he's not underground. I went to the old Sofego, bro. Like again. I knew about Sofego back in 2019, bro. But I didn't listen to the nigga. And we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But like, and I just took it slow, bro. I just took it slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot right now. It wasn't like that at first though. When D Savage versus Uno, bro, it was just a few selections that you had, bro. But now it's a whole bunch of people. I was around when that shit wasn't even cool at all. Like I did put Nick on, bro, to the underground though. I did. Like he got through a whole bunch of artists. You feel me? So I feel like you could do it though.
Wait,
he wasn't tapped in at all. He didn't know what a pretty fun was. Osama son. Like he did know Osama son, but he didn't like his music. He didn't like a whole bunch of niggas. So it is possible. And that's what I'm here for, bro. I'm trying to put niggas on, bro, to the real music that's going on, bro. Because there's a different scene that a lot of people don't talk about in the underground right now. And you got niggas like Dior, 13 the Saint, Skate, Teases. It's a whole bunch of artists that don't get talked about. But you have the underground mainstream on Osama Son, Netspin, Che. Like those are the big rappers in our scene. But it's a lot of people that don't talk about the people that's under them. Not necessarily like they're making bad music, but they don't get talked about as much as those rappers.
When you think about it, bro, if I had to talk to my boys right now, be like, yo, listen to 1300 Saint, they'd be like, who the fuck are you talking about? I said this take the other day. It's like, before you get to the mainstream, I feel like the last step of people that really just don't know music, the last person they hear hear of is like Ken Carson destroyed. He doesn't get lower than Ice.
Yeah.
Just to like the regular person that listens to mainstream music. That's like where the buck stops.
But for me personally, especially with my chat, we all agree there's different tiers to the underground. At the peak of it, you had Yeat. He's not underground no more, but he started off with an underground support base in 2021. He's at the peak of it. He's a superstar level, right? Don't even compare to the underground no more. Huge. Ken Carson still has the underground audience, but he's able to do big shows and sell big numbers because our scene is growing with him too. Lone selling like a good 40 to 30K. Boom, he Gucci. Then you have guys under that like Osama Son, Chade, and Netspin. These guys are selling 5 to 10K still with their albums. That's not specifically like underground, deep underground. But there's guys under that are actually underground who don't sell big numbers like that. They still do shows. They sell out shows. They're still like somewhat relevant, but they have their own scene. It's a whole bunch of shit that go into it, bro.
Like we've seen so many underground artists that don't make it out. I saw your take about saying like that people don't have to make it mainstream. They don't have to make it mainstream now. But like who are the ones that's going to have that commercial success? I mean, like a Yeat has. Who can you see really getting to that point? I'm going to tell you if I agree with you.
Just me personally, all the shit I didn't heard when it comes to substance, having a story, actually having a vision. Japan, bro. It's Japan, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
And this is no shade to nobody's music. But like to get to that point, bro, it has to have a certain thing that your parents listen to, older cousins listen to, that kind of feel where it's like, all right, he can make it to that scene. Jump Lloyd. When I heard that shit, it was in my rotation all month. This might be a hot take. Your chat might get on my ass for 9, bro. I think 9 is so hard.
He make good music. He tough.
Like he going through some shit, but like them two have their own just complete like sound that's distinctive and can be molded, fits what people want to hear on a mainstream level.
His music not bad at all. I actually vouch for 9 when it comes to music, but as a person, all right, now we gotta have a conversation. But honestly, bro, I feel like his music is up to par, bro. He in my top 10 for sure. But like saying that he gonna get to a Yeat level, we gotta be careful when we say that though, KJ, because like think about it though. We talking about a nigga that was very consistent, blowing up. He's dropping 2 to 4 projects a year. Niggas don't do that nowadays. Yeah, 9 do it, but it's just like Yeat was at a different level doing that shit. He was dropping good ass music. Shit that was stamped forever, bro. Too Alive and Up to Me.
I think though, bro, it's like put on. Bro, think of Cardi. Cardi took that mainstream leap, was on Koji tapes too. And that's when people are like, oh, Cardi one of them ones, you know what I mean? And then that led into Dialect. I just feel like 9, he got Thug in his corner. You can't really go wrong when you got the right connection. You see what I'm saying? Just from being signed to the label. Now, I don't know how the music industry works, but I really feel like when you got a nigga like Thug in your corner, yo, 9 Uzi, call me. The sky's the limit.
I get what you're saying. No, you got a good point. It is Thug. But I think we can both agree. Thug is slowly declining when it comes to music quality and having that pull when it comes to like, you know what I'm saying? It is Thug. Don't get it twisted. But if Thug co-sign a nigga right now, he gonna go up, but it's not as big as like a Cardi co-sign or something up to that par. Not all co-signs can get you mainstream. A Yeat level is kind of insane. That's superstar. 80 to 90K. That's not normal.
So we're not putting Ken or Yeat?
I love Ken music, but Yeat got a different pull. He got a different pull. But to be honest with you, Ken just had a tour that he canceled. He had arenas on there. And mind you, arenas go 20,000, 19,000 people. He only sold like 7,000 tickets, 8,000 tickets.
For real?
If I'm not tripping. That's what I've heard. I wouldn't say that Yeat doing that, but he's way bigger than Ken Carson, gang. Like, it's just different levels to this shit, bro. I ain't gonna say all parents didn't heard Yeat music, but they know at least one song. They could be like, I've heard that before. Like, a parent could say that. But Ken, he actually blew up from the underground for real, in particular, and he still has these underground fans that are super connected with him, and he still make that sort of music. I'm not saying that underground is a genre, but it is a status, and some people will consider it a genre, but he still makes that distorted type of music, and that's really popping in the underground scene. So he just keeps these underground fans, and it's kind of like stopping him from getting to that level of like a mainstream rapper.
That makes sense, because when you think about it, Yeat was on a fucking Drake album.
Like Too Alive, bro. They got Gunna on there. And Thug.
Nigga did have Gunna, right?
He did on his own.
Hey, nah, you right.
I'm waiting for Ken to break that barrier, though.
And you really don't think no one can get that level, though? You see what I'm saying? Like Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
But I feel like substance is such a lost art in music nowadays. You ever like Joey Badass at one point?
I love his music. Freddie Gibbs and all them niggas, bro. All that boom bap shit,
that shit is perceived as lame.
Now,
I feel like Japan is so tough, and he's got substance that niggas aren't gonna fuck with the substance. I'm not gonna say his music is easy on the ear, because it's not. You see what I'm saying? I didn't like Japan at first, but you gotta get used to his sound, bro. I feel like people don't hold value within substance no more to really have that cult-based following to push that nigga up to where he need to be, bro. Unless someone were to come over the top and help him out. That's all he need, bro. The most relatable ear to what could be mainstream music.
But it slowly is happening. No shade to Japan. I love his music, bro. We talking about a nigga that didn't show his face for the past 2 years, and he was just being talked about in the underground. Randomly, bro. Everybody knew that Japan was talented, but the nigga was wearing a helmet for his first big album, right? Disappeared for another 2 years, came back late 2024, 2025, and then dropped this project. And the numbers are speaking for itself, and people are gravitated towards it. You got niggas like Tekka co-signing him, Destroy Destroy Lonely just co-signed him. So everything is happening slowly.
Lonely.
But even Kai co-signed him recently. Niggas don't go mainstream overnight, bro. That shit takes years. My homeboys made a great point. He said, bro, we 10 years into Cardi Prime, and he's just now hitting the 300Ks, the 200Ks, and shit like that.
It does take years, bro. That's 10 years.
So what Yeat did is very special. That's why, like, I feel like people be using just his success too lightly on other people, and people try to bash the new artist if they're not doing what Yeat did, and that shouldn't be like that because that was special for him. He's a fucking superstar now. Shit like that is just not normal. But if I had to choose one guy that would get very close to that, believe in somebody right now, it'll be Japan.
Why do niggas say Yeat in 2025? Why do you think people are like that? I understand niggas be trolling. I understand that. That's cool. There's no way niggas out here really believe this. Like, how do you think his album was?
The music is just not for me anymore. When it comes to the new that he dropped, it doesn't appeal to me anymore, right? But I do with Yeat still. I mess with his music in general because I didn't experience the best eras of him. But some of his new shit just ain't as druggy no more like it used to be. Or I just feel like the ad-libs is not as crazy as it used to be. He just don't do it as much no more. He probably do it in some songs, like Loosely, for example, on that album. I really love that song. It's one of my favorite songs. MFU. That's good. You know what I'm saying? There's certain songs that I like on the album, but overall, as an artist right now, I'm not playing Yeat consistently. Not the new shit. I'm just not, because it don't appeal to me. But it's other niggas out here who wouldn't say some shit like that. They'll just be like, bro, you playing this in 2025? That nigga's washed. We don't bump new Yeat no more. That's what niggas would say. And that's weird. They do that for a lot of artists because right now in the underground, bro, we at a point right now, if you're not hot or you're not in people's faces, they forget about you. They like to say the fall off thing. It's annoying as hell.
And I'm asking my next question, like, who got that really cult-based following? That's all it is. Party, cult-based. Uzi, cult-based. You see what I'm saying? Like,
hear me out. We're gonna put 9 up there. We're gonna put Che up there, and we're gonna put Osama Son. And Netspin too. Those 4 right now. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they got the biggest so-called cults right now in the underground because, especially with 9, bro, we talking about a nigga that can say R words in his songs and say anything out of pocket, have allegations. Like, I still enjoy his music, but like overall, bro, he can just do anything and still have a following, bro. He didn't diss 1,000 niggas, at least 21 people that are bigger than him, and he still is relevant. Che, he's very experimental. Like, I do love Che music. I was there. Like, his early sound was just so special to me. You know what I'm saying? So the new shit, not all of it is crazy to me, but if you don't think it's crazy or you don't think always like mind blowing over the music, they just think you're just talking out your ass or you don't have a real opinion. So it just shows you that he does have a cult though, because his fans ride with anything he dropped. I mean, anything. Matter of fact, let's start it off like this though. Who your top 5 in the underground right now?
Top 5 right now is gonna be Japan. Like, no order. I love 9. Well, I really like OK Mar a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, that's very niche. I just got into Protect.
And that's your top 5 right now with Protect.
I guess Pretty Fun. I got Pretty Fun in there, but like I said, I haven't listened to all of them. But I ain't gonna lie. I took a 2-mile walk and I went through Rex's whole album. Rex V2's last album.
Right.
That shit is great.